Well, it's been quite an amazing journey. It's started with women connecting to other women in their families, communities, the larger society, and we said, why do we stop within our boundaries? Let's go beyond. Let's connect women across cultures, across countries, across faiths, across different socioeconomic strata, and have a sort of seamlessness among women. And because if we want something to change for ourselves, we've got to do it for ourselves, right? Nobody's going to come out and do it for us. And then everybody wanted to meet everyone else. So we needed a sort of platform where women would come and bond over a common aspiration. And therefore, the Women Economic Forum was born because economic progress and social well-being, our own personal well-being. These were sort of common aspirations of everybody across the globe, whether there was a woman in the Middle East, or whether there was a woman in Japan, or whether there's a woman in the United States. It's a common aspiration that binds us. And we wanted to, create a place where our leadership would be inspired. It would become more visible to ourselves, and it would become more visible and impactful out there in the world. And so we realized what kind of elements we needed, and the 6 days event with a lot of learning, networking, exchange, and inspiration was born. And we are all here to see what it's done. It's been a tremendous journey for me personally to have met just so many incredible women, really sung heroes or unsung heroes or heroines or whatever you will, but really, really amazing things happening across the world which we didn't know of, which we've come to know because of this platform that got created and which attracts women from all over now. I think the theme of the goddess is very central to what we do, and I'll tell you why. Because unless we have the self-belief and unless we really feel that we are the divine feminine, I don't think we can deliver the role that we are here to play at the turn of, the times today, where we stand today in our times. Women have a very important role to play in bringing back balance, harmony, understanding, and really kind of taking it back full circle to where the whole civilization began, taking it back to the womb, taking it back to the creative space, the nurturing space. And for that, we have to first reclaim the divine self. We have to reclaim the goddess within. And that's why when everybody comes here, it's a conference in that sense. And people ask me, what's the dress code? And I tell them, whatever celebrates you. So celebrate yourself. Whatever within you needs to be celebrated, bring that out, because in doing so, you would be reclaiming the goddess within. So no rules, write your own rule book, whatever works for you and celebrates your uniqueness. So I brought out the goddess in me, this is one of the ways in which I do it. I admire certain, ways of dressing up, and I said, okay, let's do it. Inspire yourself, inspire other people. And somebody remarked the other day, and he said, because I guess he goes to men's conferences where they don't have this sort of a celebration, I guess, of the self. And he said, oh, well, you look like a queen. And I said, I feel like one. Oh, absolutely. And I'm so glad I did, because that helps me understand the journey for other people and other women. That's how it goes, and other men as well, actually. So why deprive the men of the celebration of the self? But I think, again, by looking at the women, because a woman is the center of the household and the family, she will spread this wave to everybody else, including the children, the men, the elders, everybody in the family. So yes, indeed, I've totally been through phases in my life where you sort of don't know who you are. The knowingness is missing. And not just the knowingness is missing, it's you have a lot of self-doubt, you have self-esteem issues, like a lot of women I still meet. And your heart gets broken sometimes. And it's going back, rising from the ashes again. But I think that process, that journey is very important, because you come back with the knowing. the gift of the pain is the knowing. I share what I have, and but the kind of inspiration I receive, I think it's a lot to do with receptivity as well, and knowing that this divinity and the divine aspect that comes through each and every one, like the white light going through a prism and then radiating all these different colors. It's coming through everyone. I just share that each one of us is like a candle bringing forth our light, and if we take that light forward and light someone else's candle, we make more light for all of us, and nobody's light is reduced, you know. And that sort of deep realization and understanding that by sharing, we're amplifying it for everybody and not at all taking it away from anyone else. I think that sort of realization is very fundamental to the work that we are doing, where everybody can just give with abandon, with full knowledge that it's not going to make us poorer at all. On the contrary, it's going to make all of us richer. I think 7's been a very sacred number in my life for various reasons. I think we all have some number that we resonate with for whatever reason. You know, I won't get into the math or the magic or the mystery part of it, but there are some numbers we resonate with, and I resonate a lot with number 7. My date of birth is 25th, which adds up to a 7. So I don't know what, but something conspired to make everything a 7 in my book. But yes, the part that I picked up for my book as a way to structure the book were the 7 chakras in the body, or the 7 levels of consciousness that we have. And to each muse, I took 7 female muses who are very present in Indian mythology, and said how each muse signifies one level of consciousness or one layer of consciousness. I wouldn't say level because there's some sort of hierarchy there, but these are not hierarchies. These are just coexistence of 7 layers of consciousness, and how we can imbibe them in each other. And each goddess or each muse, exemplifying each of the layers, was there to sort of make that consciousness accessible to us. Otherwise, it's in the air. We don't know what we are talking about. And there's so many interpretations of a word in different languages. So I wanted this muse to sort of signify what does it mean to have that consciousness. Yes, so the master network of women, what I call the World Wide Web of Women, or the Internet of Women, is the All Ladies League, which has an ethos, which is saying, let's bring soulful women together who believe that there's creativity, potential innate in all. Like in a seed, in every seed, there's something that can be grown, right? It just has to be nurtured, watered, looked after. Enough light has to shine on it, and it'll grow. It'll grow into whatever it is meant to be. And so we're all seeds here, and women to come and believe that there's potential in everyone, and have this inclusive, inspired vision, and bring out the potential in everyone by creating an atmosphere and a nurturing ecosystem. So that's all, is the network that believes in the potential of all, and of the fact that we can all do it together. We don't need somebody else to come and do it. We are all, when we join our forces, we are incarnating the divine, and so we have that power. So all we need to do is open our hearts and minds to each other, and so that's all. And all is like one big family of women looking after each other. And the Women Economic Forum is like a platform where whatever resources we need to manifest this inspired spirit in ourselves, with the knowledge and the networking and whatever we need in terms of resources, can be put together and made accessible to all of us. So all is the soul and WEF is the blood. You need both.